Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks, part 3, and I promise you the last one. Everything else will be easy. The S was a little bit more difficult, and I'm going to move a new S down here. I'm going to take away my blue box. All the other letters are quite simple. I mean, they're just, maybe the curvature of the R, but that could be done. And, you can't, there's really no way to contour this. You could try anything you want, change it to bitmap or contour to the inside, but you're not going to get a good center line. So I just kind of came up with the idea of taking a 2-point line and just kind of going over the S. When I did mine a while ago, I went between node to node, but it doesn't really matter. Because every one of these lines, well, you kind of want it at least at a right angle of the other one. And you'll kind of get the idea of what I'm doing. Now, what I am going to do is after I get them in there, I'm going to group them so I can get rid of them. And I'm going to call that good. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to move this out of the way, and I'm going to group these, Control G. You'll see in just a second. Now I'm going to put this back. Whoop. Don't hit delete. Put the up arrow key. So every one of these lines has a midpoint, and we've gone over that before. So I'm going to use a 3-point curve, and I'm going to start at the midpoint and go to the center. And this one doesn't need much curve. And don't worry about it too much, but just get to the mid or perpendicular, well, needs to be the center. Put a little bit of curve on it. Don't waste too much time on trying to get these perfect. As long as you're in the center, you're going to be way ahead of the game, I think. So I go way up to the center, put a little bit of curve. You could almost use the 2-point line, but you're going to want a little bit of a curve. See, I'm going, there's the edge, there's the center. And it might be easier to go from the new side to the old side to find the center. Not much curve on that one. I hope I'm hoping I'm making sense. And then say, well, that doesn't look very good, Doug. Well, it might in just a second. Center. See, this way at least I don't know why that's happening. I think I'm hitting the wrong mouse button. And then I deleted the other line. So that's why I think it might be easier to go from the new side back to the old side, because it's kind of easier to find the center of the second side because you know where it's at. And like I said, don't worry about getting them perfect. So remember the part where we had it grouped together? I just arrowed those down. I can delete those lines now. I don't need them. I was just using them for a reference. I'm already pretty good, but if you have X7 or above, you have the smoothing tool. Set it on something pretty little. Check on the red and you can see the nodes, and then just smooth them out. If you go pretty fast, I mean, it's not really changing the node placement, so I think we're good to go. Now we'll take this, somehow I broke it apart. Shift select both. Let's go up to object and combine it. Change it to that magical 1 point I came up with. Make it black. Turn it into an object. Get your smart fill tool. And I think that's going to work. Now, the only thing I'm thinking about, I didn't think about, is we need to have it off the center. So that's very easily done. It is an object, so it's not a line anymore. So we could take well, let's just take an indexing line. Well, an indexing line is not going to be at an angle. So we're going to take this right here. It's red, and we're going to nudge it. I think it was 0.02. Look at that. Take that. Well, we'll go ahead and just cut it. Whoop. So what we're going to have to do is, because it's an object, we're going to left click, right click, and use the virtual segment delete key to delete these lines. Then we're going to fill that in with black, but we're going to make a duplicate of this line. Just hit the plus key on the keyboard. See, it's kind of at the same angle, and then just go down. Leave those lines there for a second. Take the Smart Fill tool. Well, you know what? Let's do the black first so we can still see our lines. And then take these lines away. I'm glad this person asked this question. This has kind of been enjoyable to do. You know, maybe right there it could be a little bit smoother, but I didn't spin it. Well, we actually have a break. Let me get back to the shape tool. Oh, I see what it is. It's just a break in the line. So you could actually take this and just delete that node. Of course, we'll have to re-smart fill it. So take this node and just delete it. It shouldn't be there anymore. Maybe there's two lines. Now it might not smart fill because there's an open gap, but we'll see what it looks like. Nope. Oh, it smart filled it, but it smart filled it with yellow. There we go. And it needs to be a little bit smoother right there. But other than that, I think when you put that with all the other letters and print that on a shirt, and you know, I'm using black and yellow. You could use, you know, white and blue on a black shirt. That looks pretty cool. I hope that helped them a little bit. Thank you for watching.